Bonjour, I am Jacques Torres and welcome to Tuesday Tips. Tarte Tatin, this is a big French thing, big French apple pie basically. And what we do, we take a big cast iron pan and we put a lot of butter in it, like every French pastry. Some sugar, we put a lot of apples and we put that on the stove and we caramelize those apples. Then when they are nice and caramelized, we put a piece of dough, puff pastry usually on top of it. And then we put that in the oven for 30 minutes. When the puff pastry is ready, the apples are completely caramelized. Then we flip the tart and voila. So let me show you how to do it. I have about a quarter to 1/3 of a pound of butter. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that into the cast iron pan. So you need a lot of butter, otherwise those apples will never come out. So just spread all that butter on the bottom and the side of the pan. And be generous with the butter because that's actually what's going to give the flavor to those apples. This is not really a diet cake, okay? So we don't eat that every day, but it's so good. Okay, then we're going to add now sugar. So basically, remember that there is not a real recipe for that. You put a lot of butter, you just spread it, you put a couple handful of sugar. You need to have enough sugar because remember, that's what's going to make the caramel. So you cover the bottom of the tart like that. That's pretty much it. Okay, then I'm going to use half apple that I already peel and empty the center. And I'm going to add them side to side like that. And you want those apples to be very tight because what's going to happen is those apples are going to shrink and then you're going to have some gap in between them. So you want to put them very, very tight as you can. Okay, so next I'm going to put that onto the stove. So what I'm doing here, I'm just adding a little bit more butter on top. I don't want those apples to dry later on. So I put a little bit of butter. It's going to take about 20 minutes on the stove. Okay, so the tarte tatin boil for about 20 minutes and then start to caramelize. I can see the color in between the apples. So now I'm going to put a piece of puff pastry on top and I'm going to push that puff pastry between the mold and the apples. So I put the puff pastry on top of the apples and I'm pushing it between the pan and the apples here. I'm just pushing it down so it will hold everything later. And I'm going to put that back in the oven and certainly another 20 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. Okay, the tarte tatin. The tarte tatin, the French one. I take it out of the oven. The puff pastry now is baked. I really don't know how that thing's going to come out because you have no way to look at it. So I'm going to put that dish on top and I'm going to flip it over. 1, 2, and 3. Oh yeah! Whew. It's not bad. The apple on the center have a little color, but otherwise, it's a nice tarte tatin. So traditionally, the French eat that with crème double, which is pretty much sour cream. But again, we're in America. My guess is we can take some vanilla ice cream, melt it to something like a crème anglaise. That will be good, or just with vanilla ice cream. A bowl of vanilla ice cream on top of a nice slice of a tarte tatin. I think that will be delicious. Okay, I hope you love it. Bon appétit, and I hope that helped.